All right, guys, Fulu coming to you with another commentary. Some videos were sent to me, um, and of course, I'm gonna give my 2 cents. It's gonna be unpopular truths, but we're so used to living with famous lies that unpopular truths are just things that I'm gonna live by. And although people will like knock me for it, and especially the women knock me for it because they're more emotional than they are logical, I'm still gonna hold it down and live by it, you know. But let's just there's a magazine. I think it's called Cosmopolitan. I don't know if it's called Cosmopolitan, but it's just like this magazine where it basically encourages women to be promiscuous. It talks about like sex moves that will drive him crazy and things like that. It basically encourages like promiscuity, lewdness, and things like that. And I'm trying to remember the name. I don't know if that's the name though. If it was Cosmopolitan, or it if it was another magazine. If it was called like I don't think it was called Women's Health. I think it was called something else, but I don't remember the name of it. But you can guarantee that on every single cover of the magazine, it said something about something like promiscuous, basically. And I also think they were the ones who were pushing this body positivity, like embrace my body and stuff like that. I think they were doing that as well. And so this is what happens when these magazines take part. Like when these magazines like basically enter the psyche of women, this is what happens. And I'm gonna show you right now what happens. Okay, let's go to the first. Let's go to this.
Because I've got a thick waist, decent face, and a weird bag.
The problem is with this is that she doesn't realize that's not thick. She's fat. She looks like a McNugget. Okay, and it's like all that's missing is basically barbecue sauce or ranch dressing in while looking at her. But the world has told her, "Oh, you're thick. Oh, you're not fat." The world has told her that. Her friends have told her that. Weak beta males have told her that, who are desperate for female attention. And the thing is, there's a difference between thick. Well, actually, my definition of thick and like many other people's definition of thick. Like my definition of thick, I guess I look at it from an athletic point of view because with boxing, my main fix in terms of like my athletic endeavors, it does like there's not a lot of women in the gym. So I really don't look at that for that reference, but what reference I do take is track and field. Like when you look at those women, that's thickness. You know what I mean? When you look, and even Wale, the rapper, said, "I want a woman who looks like, uh, I want a woman who's built like she runs the 100 meter," because he's talking about thick. That's thick. Thick is not sloppy like this woman right here. But those magazines and things like that have led her and convinced her that that's what it is.
But I do have an immaculate rack, and that should count for something, right? We're back for two more fun facts. One, you already know, I have herpes. Two, it's very likely that you do too.
Um, let this be a lesson to us as men. Okay, let this be a big time lesson to us as men. I know that at times that we like to think with our maniokas, okay? But we got to think with our head, which is in our skulls, and not the one between our legs. Many of these Western women will say that they are free, that they are on the pill, that they are disease free. But really, they're like that Faith Evans songs. They're burning up, right? You will find this amongst, especially in the conscious community. Many women in the Hotep conscious community will say that, oh, I'm not burning. Oh, I'm on the pill. This, that, and the other. Meanwhile, it's like freaking, it's like Armageddon in that area. There are a few who have done it already. The fact that she says that she has herpes and that, I guess she's talking about her sexual partners having herpes. This just goes to show you that she doesn't mind spreading it, and in essence, committing attempted murder. Since herpes is something that you can only control, but I don't think you can cure it all the way. I could be wrong, but that may take a specialist in order for that to happen. But this just shows you that the Western woman will, because she is so selfish, she will say, okay, well, if I have it, everybody else got to have it. You know what I mean? The cock carousel without a rubber comes, there's some cost that comes with that. The thing is this is the thing. Okay? What I want to say is that these women will act like that they want to not have sex with you or anything like that, for the most part. But the truth is they love it. And they love it when it's raw. Although you may want to invest in yourself and say, nah, I'm gonna put a rubber on. I'm not gonna get in this. I'm not gonna go into this raw. They're not gonna they may encourage you not to even put the condom on. A lot of them have, at first it used to be, back in the day, I would say like the early 2000s and what have you, like late 90s, where the woman would want you to wear a condom because she was concerned about her own future and maybe what a pregnancy may bring that was not planned. Nowadays, even if a pregnancy is not planned, they'll still be all for it because they know the financial benefits that will come with it.
And why am I sharing it on a public platform? Because you don't know that. 2 fun facts about me. Yes, I have herpes. And yes, I'm fucking hot.
So, in every sense of the word, she's hot. And she's not hot in a good way. She's hot as in, stay away from me. You're burning, woman. And here's the thing. Do you know how, the thing is when your pH balance is off, and don't quote me on this, okay? Because I'm not no darn holistic doctor or anything like that. I'm nothing of that sort. But if your pH balance is off, right? And you're talking about that you have herpes, then it's very probable there's going to be a very high chance that it's going to smell down there too, you know, because things are off. And like when things are off, this is what it leads to, you know. Now she called herself hot. That's the thing. She called herself as like, and she meant it in a way that she's pretty, you know, but she's only pretty disgusting, basically.
You guys, a guy came over yesterday because, I like to go to bars and, I like to scoop up little babies and bring them home with me and be like, "Want to come in?" Because I'm a fucking psychopath and I really need to chill the fuck out.
So she is a psychopath, like that's the thing. Like if one woman decides that she's gonna have a body count that goes up to the ceiling, or let's put it this way, let's take it a step further. If a woman who decides that she wants to have a body count that goes up to the heavens, and she feels that it's okay to have that, then that woman is a psychopath for sure. In every sense of the word, she is.
Really, really bad. I really need to stop because I've literally hooked up with someone every weekend for the past month.
I literally have hooked up with someone every weekend for the past month. So there's 4 weekends in. She's basically written the cock carousel for guys in a month's time. And so I don't think this cycle is going to stop. So let's do the math. There's 365 days in a year. Now, there's 12 months in a year. So let's just say that she is going to continue this trend. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, she's going to continue this trend. All right. Let's just say that it's only one guy that she's hooking up with on the weekend. Let's just put it like that. So 4 weeks in a month, 4 different guys in a month. There's 12 months, right? So if we do the math, that would be 48 guys a year. Now, that's pretty gross. And women may come on this page and say, "Oh, what about the guys though? What about the guys doing it and stuff like that?" Listen, man, it takes 2 to tango. And if she's a willing participant, then of course a guy is going to be a willing participant. And she already says she likes to pick up people and bring them back to her house. So go figure.
Anyways, I'm like, come on into my humble house. This is what it looks like, you guys. I said, sorry, it's a little messy. This is what it looks like, you guys. Oh, welcome.
Okay, so when you look at her house and how messy it is, just understand something, guys. When it comes to these women on Instagram, social media, and things like that, when it comes to them, they really are not what your parents probably, what your grandparents were. They're not the caliber of women that maybe your grandparents were, your great grandparents were. Hopefully your grandparents and your great mother and stuff, she was taught to be respectful, clean, keep the house clean, and things like that. These women are not, they have not been taught that, and many of them do not want to learn that. So you can't expect it. The only time you can expect it is if you have a traditional woman. And you're not really going to find a traditional woman in the West. That's just the bottom line. Now, there are some times where you will find a traditional woman who is working in the West, but she still has her traditional values. You can tell, and things like that. It happened with me today, actually. I was in, I had a client in Santa Monica, and the thing is, I had to, basically get this client's information, and the receptionist there, she was Asian. She was Asian, and she still had her Asian accent, and she was just oh, do you need anything? Do you want some she basically brought out a tray of cookies, and also she brought some water and things like that. And she also made sure that the chair I was sitting in that I was comfortable and stuff like that. So you do have a very small minority who still are traditional. Very, very small though. It's very, very small. It's not, it's next to I would say, if I were to guess the percentages, I would say it's maybe 0.1% here, especially. But let's go on to the next thing. And this was sent to me by, you should go follow her on Instagram. She's called The Black Man's Keeper. She be going hard for black men. Shout outs to her. And on a side note, I'm always going to support the Cuban Revolution. And as long as my family, which we will always have ties to Cuba due to the fact that they helped my country gain independence, I'm always going to support the real Cuba and not the ones that the Miami people portray, who in large, a lot of those Miami Cubans would welcome apartheid back into Cuba, like the one that they had during Batista's reign. So here's me, repping my the bandera, Cuban face mask, what have you, just on a side note. But let's get into this. Let's see what's going on here. And granted, it's not the interviewer's fault who's doing the video. It's not his fault at all. But let's go.
Dating, you guys a couple?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, how long you guys been together for?
A year and some change.
Yeah, some change. All right, so you guys trust each other? You guys keep it 100?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, so what if I said switch phones right now for 30 seconds? Y'all do it?
Yeah.
All right, do it.
Well, my phone's over there with my phone. Go get that though.
Yeah, go get your phone.
Now, I don't know if this is an act, but I think this may be real, though. I'm pretty sure it's real.
I go on a text. What's your name?
Lodge.
Elijah?
Lodge.
Lodge?
Mm-hmm.
So who's Jacob?
Yeah, who the fuck is Jacob?
All right, so you have to understand something, guys. And I'm talking to guys who tune into this channel. The Western woman really doesn't have any interest in building anything long term with you. You're only if she does have interest in building something long term with you, there's a couple of telltale signs that she wants to do it. Now, the thing is he's actually like surprised that, he's like, well, who's Jacob, but he has to know something, and we're going to get into what he has to know as we go into the video, but let's continue on. Now, she laughs about it as if it's like a joke. She laughs about it. It's for her, it's not a matter that she got caught. It's a matter that, she's trying to play it off as if she's like it's all fun and games. You know what I mean? She's not going to take accountability for what she's done. Now, granted, if she just admitted that she was just like messing around, then he can understand and then he can leave, but I don't know if he's gonna leave. I don't know if he would leave, but let's continue.
Yo, what?
Who's Jacob?
Yo,
Who the fuck is Jacob?
bro, relax.
Nah, we ain't.
Okay, there we go. There you go. Key word. Bro. She didn't even say babe or anything like that. She said bro. So that just shows you how she looks at this guy. You know what I mean? She doesn't look at this guy as like a boyfriend. She looks at him as someone she can use. Now, granted, he was probably serious about wanting to be committed and stuff like that. And there hasn't been any women in his phone, because she would have been said something by now if there were women in his phone. So he was probably serious, but of course, for her, there was no seriousness.
Relax. No, relax. Yo.
Yeah, click down right there. Yeah.
Yo.
There we go.
All right, give me my phone. You're doing too much. Like, give me my phone.
I love you so much.
Now, if it's her that's saying it, she says that to every guy that she's messing around with. Now, if it's a guy that's saying it, then it's probably another weak beta male who's fell for the sauce, basically.
You asked John for some money.
Give me my phone.
What you asked John for some money for?
Give me my phone.
What you needed money for?
Give me my phone.
What you needed money for?
Give me my phone.
But what you needed money for?
Can I have my phone?
What you needed money for?
Can I have my phone?
What you needed money for?
You wasn't gonna give it to me.
Okay. Now, this is when you know a woman is not invested in you. When all she does, when the condition of her interest towards you and the condition of like how many sexual favors she's going to give you is based on how much money you give her. Now, you have to understand something. Every guy that she has in the phone is an ATM machine. But she probably does have a Pookie, a Ray Ray, and a Terrell to blow her back out. Today, it was just this guy's turn. I guarantee you that if it was like, if she decided to, she was gonna say something like, "Oh well, I don't feel like going out today. I'm busy. I don't want to do anything today." And it would have been another guy's turn on this day. So this is what's happening here. It was just his turn for the day. And that's how it's working.
Wow.
Damn. Give me my phone now.
Who else in here?
Take your time, bro. We got all day. Don't worry.
Now, the guy who's doing the interview, yeah, he's kind of funny. Honestly, I would want to be in that situation too. I would want to be the dude doing the interview. The thing is, here's the thing. When you are in these like public spaces, like say when you're like, especially in the hood, like when you're in the hood and stuff like that, and you're just chilling, minding your own business, and you hear like these women talk about how like niggas ain't ish and things like that, and about how this nigga did this, how this nigga did that, and you're just also knowing that they were doing things too. You just sit back and just like be like looking from the outside, and that's the best thing in the world. It's like when you're looking on the outside, because you don't have those problems. You know what I mean? And so this is why it's funny, because this host doesn't have those problems. You know what I mean?
Don't worry about her.
Who Jeff?
Are you serious right now?
Who Jeff?
Are you serious?
And so look at how she gets defensive. You see how much of a narc she is? And that's what they do. That's it. Yeah, I hate to use that word narcissistic and, oh, he's a narcissist. But typical narcissistic trait is when they get caught for their stuff, they try to deflect and act like it's your fault. You hear her tone. Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Notice how she's not taking account and saying, yeah, you weren't the only one. It's like she refuses to do that. You know what I mean? But that's just how it goes with these, the Wicked Witch of the West.
Who's Jeff?
Can I have my phone back, please?
Tell me who Jeff is. You have your phone back.
Why?
And the crazy thing is, she's not even answering him. She's not even answering him at all. If that's your woman and she was invested in you, then she would answer all the questions that he had. But she's not doing so because she was never invested in him. All this dude was, it looks like they're at like a boardwalk or something. So chances are all this dude was a trip to the boardwalk, some food on the boardwalk, and some drinks. That's pretty much it. Other than that, she didn't look at him as a boyfriend.
What the fuck you mean? Why? Who the fuck is Jeff?
Bro, give me my phone.
Nah.
She said, bro, again.
He sent you $90.
So there you go. There you go. For this Jezebel, all men are ATM machines. Right? So he wasn't the only one. So you can imagine, unfortunately, there's a lot of other dudes who are sending her money too. Unfortunately.
Yo, she getting money from everybody. Dating, you guys a couple?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely was getting money from everybody. You know, that's the sad thing about it. So let this be a lesson to us brothers that if a woman is invested in you, she's gonna do things to show you that she's invested in you. Like for example, like let me see. Yeah, let me give a track and field example. When I was running the hurdles, I did both hurdles. I did the long hurdles and the short hurdles. Granted, the long hurdles were more tiring. One girl in the training group, she was from Dominican Republic. She was Dominican girl. Every time she saw me, but I never, because I was too focused on training. I was like in my zone in training. You know, I was like in it to be like killing stuff. You know what I mean? Little side note about me, I ran I think I ran like I think my best 400 hurdle time I ran like like a 48 or something. And then in my 100 my high hurdle time, I ran like 13.2. And that's because, again, credit to Cuba for like helping me do that. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for the Cuban system, I would never probably be able to learn the technique to do those things. But the thing is, there was a girl there who trained in the long hurdles as well. Now, granted, she was of Dominican ancestry, but she wasn't she wasn't, I don't think she was born in Dominican Republic. However, she still had the traditional values. I guess she had some good women folks in her family that that passed down those things. And the examples I'm giving is the facts of the matter is, you know, sometimes the training would be so intense that you would be on the ground. You would be on the ground like about to die. I didn't even have to ask her. She would come over, bring me water. She would always be asking me like, "Oh, do you want like a massage, or do you want like, you want me to like you want me to do this for you? You want me to like get, you want me to put the roller on your leg or something like that?" She would be asking me those things, you know. She's like, "Oh, you want me to go get you some Gatorade?" She would be in, and granted, there were other people, there were other dudes on the team, like in our training group, but she would just be doing this to me. And so I would just play it off casualty. I'll be like, "Nah, I'm good. You know, I can hold my own." But what was crazy is that my coach would pull me to the side, and he would like try to drop hints. Like he would try to drop hints. He would be like, "Hey, Fula, you know, such and such, you may want to like give that a go. You may want to like see what that's about. You know what I mean? Because little did I know is that like days like where I may be mistraining for some reason, she would be always asking about me, like, oh, where is he at? Oh, where is he at? Like I need to run with him because he pushes me and things like that. She would be asking those things and telling my coach these things. It actually got to the point where her dad, even, I met her father, and her father was like, hey, we're gonna go grab some food. We're gonna go grab some food like later on. You wanna come? So this is how I knew like that she was invested in me. You know what I mean? This is how I knew that woman was invested in me. So that's how it has to be with all the time with women when you're dealing with these women. If a woman is not like invested in you, if a woman is not doing those type of things, don't bother with her, okay? Don't bend over backwards for those women like that dude was in the video. I'm pretty sure that dude in the video was putting his best foot forward in the relationship, and he was probably getting the bare minimum out of the relationship. So it's best for you, and I'm not encouraging this. I'm not encouraging this at all, okay? But if all a woman has to offer is sex, then, you make the decision on whether you want to act on it or not. But if, on the flip side, if all she has to offer is the sex, don't put yourself out there, be buying her all these things, be taking her all these places, be dealing with her mood swings and her attitudes and her things like that. And you're getting like the bare minimum out of the situation. It's very rare to find a woman like the one that I was training with. Okay. And that's another thing too that I want to say about this video, about this commentary. You're not in any obligation, and I've said it before, I said it again. If you're in shape and you're doing your thing, then you're under no obligation to accept a woman who's sloppy and not kept. You're not in any obligation to do that. Okay? You're not in any obligation to buy into the body positivity movement or anything like that. Okay? Don't let them guilt trip you for not doing that. Okay? But the lesson I want to get across, guys, this is the main lesson I want to get across to my brothers. You must find women who are going to invest in you. You must find women who are going to say, hey, like I was at the store and I saw these sneakers and I thought you would look nice in them. You want me to pick them up for you? You got to find women like that. You got to find women who see your grind and see your hustle, and they say, hey, I know you're working late, overtime, putting in work. Do you want me to bring you some food? Like, say if you're in, like, let's just say you're in the business I'm in. Like, let's say you're into logistics. You're into logistics, like international logistics, right? And so you're getting a container ready to send to like to the Caribbean. Let's just say you're doing that. You're getting the container ready. You're getting the goods ready. And your girl knows this. And she's like, hey, you know, I know you're doing your thing right now. Do you want me to bring you some food for what you're doing? Do you want me to, do you need anything like as you're doing this? Do you need me to, what's another thing I can say in regards to that? Did you need me to go run any other errands for you while you're doing this? You need a girl like that. But the problem is they're very hard and rare to find. I don't think they exist in this world. In the Western world, I mean. I don't think they exist. The thing is, and I'm going to end on this note, these Western women love to be in rebellion against men. And unfortunately, that's the reason why I had to join this gender war. Not because I wanted to join the gender war, but because, again, my hand was forced to join the gender war. When I saw fellow Africans dealing with these Western women, being rebelled against, doing everything in their power the right way, okay, I had to get involved because I saw which way it was going and who was suffering the most for this. You know what I mean? And how it was jeopardizing any future prospects of them, like any future prospects that they even may have back home in Africa because of these home wreckers. Okay? So that's why I had to get involved, you know. But again, find a woman who will invest in you. Don't get a woman who's gonna just do what that last woman did. But anyhow, man, that's all I got for now, guys. Foolish signing out. Njadoma.